Alright, and we are back. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I am going to be ranking every course currently in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Of course, we still have a lot of DLC left to cover today, and I plan on coming back to this once the DLC is finished up. But today I'm going to be ranking all 56 courses that are currently in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And I'm going to be ranking them in order, starting, of course, with Mario Kart Stadium. And Mario Kart Stadium, I think, is a pretty decent course overall. I'd say it's maybe not the best, but I'd say it's pretty good. I think I'd put it firmly in probably... I really debate. This is a tough one to start off with. But I think for now, I'll put it in B tier. Next up, we have Water Park. And at first, when Mario Kart 8 first released, I did not like Water Park at all. And I still kind of think it's a relatively boring, bland water course. But I've warmed up on it a little bit. So I think it's still not great, but I think I'll put it in C tier. It's okay. Sweet Sweet Canyon was originally one of my favorite courses in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But this is the big thing here. Every time I have played Mario Kart 8, with my family over the past 8 years, we have always done Sweet Sweet Canyon. Because my little sister always picks this course. And even when it's random, even when we do random, this course still manages to show up at least half of the time we do random courses. So originally it would have been up here. If you'd asked me back 2014, it would have been up here. I think now I'd put it maybe A tier. I think it's around that same area as Mario Kart Stadium, where I think it's a really unique course. I really do like it. It's just, is it good or is it really good? That's the thing. I think I'll put Sweet Sweet Canyon in B tier for now. Thwomp Ruins is one that at first glance seems kind of boring, but I think is a really interesting atmosphere, a really interesting idea for a course. I actually, in the first Mario Maker, tried to make a level about based on Thwomp Ruins. It was terrible, but it obviously inspired me enough. I think it's a good course. And then we've got Mario Circuit, which is the classic. It's in Super Smash Bros. It was the first course revealed, and I think it's a fairly decent course. I don't think it's mediocre enough to be in C tier. I don't think it's good enough to be in A tier. I think it's probably B tier is probably a good place for it. Toad Harbor is a relatively simple course, but I do think that it's really good. It's a really nice city track. I think it's an A tier course. I think that it's just a really nice, peaceful course. And yeah, I really enjoy it. I think there's some neat little shortcuts in there. I love the trolleys. I love the whole, like, the downhill slope, the little shortcut you can jump over the boat. I think it's a nice course. Twisted Mansion is another one that I was not a big fan of when Mario Kart 8 first released. And honestly, I get it's a really neat course, but I'm still not that big a fan of it. I do think it's the only ghost course in Mario Kart 8, which does give it a bit of a unique flair to it, as there isn't like a Ghost Valley or a Banshee Boardwalk or anything yet, at least. So I'll put it in C tier, but I'm just not a fan particularly. Shy Guy Falls is one that I just never really clicked with. It's, to me, just, it feels really boring. And I mean, yeah, there's not much else I can say about it. It's to me, just like one of the most bland courses, in my opinion, in the game. So yeah, I think it's a D tier course. It's never really stuck out to me. If you had me name every course in Mario Kart 8, this is probably the last one I would remember, honestly. Yeah, it's never really been one that has stuck out as like, this is a memorable course. This is really unique, fun. For me, it's just always kind of been there, and that's it. Now moving on, and this next stretch of courses, the Star Cup, I think the Star Cup, I can confidently say, might be one of the best cups in Mario Kart history. And starting off strong, we've got Sunshine Airport, which, from the moment it was revealed, has always really stuck out to me. And it's just really interesting. I think the things that stick out to me are going through the lobby and the section where you drive through the middle of the plane. I think it's really neat, and being able to fly in the glider sections alongside the planes that are taking off, it's just really cool. I also really love the Koopa Troopa Beach Easter egg, where it takes place across the waterway from Koopa Troopa Beach. And even though I don't think it's likely, I still am hoping that Koopa Troopa Beach is in the DLC, just so we can have the other side of that Easter egg. And moving on, we've got Dolphin Shoals, which is another course that I wasn't particularly high on at the start of Mario Kart 8's lifespan. But I've warmed up on it more so than these two. I think that it's a pretty solid B-tier course. I wouldn't say it's better than any of these three, but I do really like it. And Electrodrome is also one that I've really warmed up on. I'd say, in my opinion, it's probably the weakest course in the... I'd probably say it's the weakest course in the Star Cup, in my opinion. I know a lot of people love it, and it is really unique. It's a really interesting idea. It's just, for me, kind of headache-inducing a little bit. So, for that reason, I put it in C tier. It's still a fine course. It's just not one that I'm a particularly big fan of. Now we get to Mount Wario, my favorite course in Mario Kart 8. It's not even close, not a contest, and it's, in all honesty, probably my favorite course in Mario Kart history. It's just absolutely fantastic. I love it to death, and I could play it over and over again and never get tired of it. So, yeah, Mount Wario, my favorite course. And really, Mount Wario and Sunshine Airport, they really carry the Star Cup. Dolphin Shoals is fine. Dolphin Shoals is good. Electrodrome is fine. So I really do think that's the best cup in Mario Kart history, because you got a lot of unique stuff. So for that reason, it's going to be those two. These two at the top right now. Bone Dry Dunes is... I'll give it one thing. It's visually more interesting than most desert courses in Mario Kart's history. But it's still nothing more than a desert course. So I really can't justify anything. I mean, there's the Dry Bones Cave is kind of interesting. It stands out more than Shy Guy Falls. But I really can't justify anything more than D tier. And then next up is Cloud Top Cruise, which... I've never played Mario Galaxy. A lot of people tell me this is a Mario Galaxy reference. It's got Mario Galaxy music. I have never played Mario Galaxy, which might be one of the most sacrilegious things I've ever said as a Nintendo fan. But I guess it's for that reason that I don't really click with the course that much, where it's not like here. I still think it's a great course. I think it would probably be... here, somewhere either right ahead or right behind Sweet Sweet Canyon. I'll put it right ahead of Sweet Sweet Canyon. It's a great course. I really do like it. It's just, like I said, I don't really have a connection to Mario Galaxy. So, yeah, it's right there. Bowser's Castle is another one that I kind of have mixed feelings on it, because on the one hand, very reminiscent of Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart Double Dash's Bowser's Castle. You have the giant Bowser statue trying to mess you up towards the end of the course. And so, on the one hand, it just feels kind of derivative, but on the other hand, it feels a lot bigger and a lot more intense than other Bowser's Castle courses. I wouldn't say it's better than N64 Bowser's Castle, but I would say it's a really good Bowser's Castle. So I think that I would put it... And you know what? I am going to move Mario Kart Stadium up here. I'm going to move it ahead. I do think Mario Kart Stadium is better than Bowser's Castle, but I'd put Bowser's Castle in the A tier. Then we've got Rainbow Road. I despise Wii U Rainbow Road. It just does not fit with the other ones. The space station idea is cool at first glance, but as the new Rainbow Road of the game, it just doesn't fit, in my opinion. So, I mean, yeah, I know some people that really like it, but I don't. And if you disagree, please let me know in the comments. Again, this is all just going to be my opinions. So if you have any differing opinions, please let me know in the comments below. And moving on, now we've got the retro courses. And Moomoo Meadows is a really simple one, really nice, really relaxing course. And I would say I like Moomoo Meadows, probably more than Mario Kart Stadium. I think more than Thwomp Ruins. Toad Harbor, I think I'd pick Toad Harbor over Moomoo Meadows. So, yeah, that's where that stands. Gba Mario Circuit it's a very simple course, and it's probably like I've mentioned before how they've sort of reinvented all of the GBA courses that are in Mario Kart 8 at this time. Mario Circuit feels like the one that's been the least renovated, but it still feels like an absolutely fantastic course. But relative to other courses, and I do love simple courses, it just feels sometimes a bit too simple. So I'd put it maybe top of B tier. So I do think it's a fantastic course, just maybe not like one of the best. Next up is Cheep Cheep Beach. Hey, that's the song that's playing right now. Cheep Cheep Beach is, I'd say, a decent course. I think it would be B tier. I think I'd put it maybe right next to Dolphin Shoals. You can put these two either way. I don't really think it matters all that much. Oh, whoops. But, yeah, I think that Cheep Cheep Beach is a fine course. Nothing really, like, stand out about it. So, yeah, it's in the B tier. Toad's Turnpike is a course, another one that I've warmed up on a little bit. I still don't think it's great. I think that there have been better city courses in Mario Kart's history. And, I mean, it's a figure 8. I'm gonna put it in D tier, which, I mean, yeah, that's about it. And Dry Dry Desert, another course I'm not super high on. I think I might even say F tier, just because, I mean, it's just one of those bland desert courses. And if it weren't for the Dry Bones Cave, then Bone Dry Dunes would be down there too. So, yeah, desert courses are just not really ones that I'm a big fan of in Mario Kart. So, with a few exceptions that I'll get to in a little bit. But, yeah, for that reason, Dry Dry Desert down in the F tier. Donut Plains is another really simple course, and like I've said with Mario Circuit, I love the simple courses. And for some reason, Donut Plains to me has always felt like a mini golf course. I don't know why, but whenever I see it, I just think mini golf. And, you know, I really love the music. It was one of my favorite tracks from Mario Kart 8 first release. I mean, one of my favorite music tracks, not one of my favorite races. But I really do think it's a great course. I think I'm going to put it right here. Yeah, right at the top of A tier for now. It's not super exciting. It's not something that I'm gonna go like, oh, I have to play Donut Plains. If I see it in an online lobby, I would pick it over some of these like mid-tier courses, but it's not something I feel like I have to play it whenever I see it. But it's really good. It's a really good course. Royal Raceway is another one that sticks out to me. It's, to me, always felt like the most unique of the N64 Raceway courses. I've most of my experience from those ones comes through the retro tracks, because I only started playing Mario Kart 64 recently. So it really does stick out because it does have that major like Mario Kart 8 redesign, like completely built from the ground up feel. But it really does stick out more so than Mario Raceway or Luigi Raceway. So I think I'm going to put it up here with Donut Plains. It's just really good. DK Jungle is a course that I really loved on 3DS, but I don't know why. For some reason, it just doesn't feel like a fantastic course on Wii U or Switch. I think I would put it in the B tier, right around here. It's just, to me, I don't know why it is. It's still a great course. It just doesn't feel like this. There's just something about it that doesn't feel the same as the 3DS. All right, now moving on to Wario Stadium. And Wario Stadium, for me, just feels like a generic dirt road course. There's some interesting stuff about it, but it never really felt great to me. It felt like, here's a dirt track course. So, I mean, it's kind of with the Shy Guy Falls, where it feels to me kind of forgettable. I think it has a few more, like, memorable things than Shy Guy Falls, but they're both in that same, like, really forgettable area. So I'm going to put them around the same spot. And then Gtm Sherbet Land is another one. I'm not really, like, I don't despise it, but it never really felt like a great or unique track. It just felt like, you know, here's the standard snow race. So, yeah, I'd put it down here as well. And then Music Park is a really fun course. I wouldn't say, like with DK Jungle, it just kind of has a different feel in Mario Kart 8 than in Mario Kart 7. So I think I would put it in the C tier. To me, it just feels kind of mediocre. And then we have Yoshi Valley, which did I say Rainbow Road is the worst course in the game? Because I actually think that Yoshi Valley is the worst course in the game. It's just, there are too many winding paths, and it's just too much. It's too confusing. It's just, I got lost on it the first few times I raced on it, and now I just take the same path every single time, so I feel like I don't even use the gimmick of the course. It just feels like there's too much going on, and I forgot to turn off my phone. But yeah, it just, to me, feels like it's just not a fun race. So, yeah, I really think that it is the worst course in the game. Rainbow Road has a solid claim to that title, but Yoshi Valley is going to be the one that's there. Now, TikTok Clock is a really good course. I think I would put TikTok Clock in S tier. It's really fun. It's a unique course. I like that it brings in the Mario 64 area. I think the music is pretty good. And I love seeing all the little mechanisms, like the little mechanics inside of the clocks as I'm racing by. I think it's just a really neat course. And then we have Piranha Plant Slide, another one that, unlike DK Jungle and Music Park, it really feels like it nailed the transition from 3DS to Wii U and Switch. So I think Piranha Plant Slide is up here in the S tier. Rumble Volcano is a more difficult course, relatively difficult when talking about Mario Kart. And it's always felt unique to me with its transitioning from just a static course to actually the pieces of the track sinking into the lava. So I really like that idea. I think it would probably be close to the top of B tier. Yeah, right about there for me. It's one that has always kind of stuck out, in my opinion. N64 Rainbow Road, that's an S tier course. It's absolutely fantastic. I think I'm going to move it up here. I love N64 Rainbow Road a lot. It to me feels like, I would say that 3DS Rainbow Road is the best one. If it was in the game, it would easily be S tier. It would have an argument for a top 5. But N64 Rainbow Road is, in my opinion, the best Rainbow Road that is in the game. It's the second best Rainbow Road of all time. So, yeah, it's S tier for sure. Then we have Yoshi Circuit, which is a great circuit course. It's oddly enough, it's simple and yet complex at the same time. There's a lot of turning, a lot of drifting. I like that there are some neat little shortcuts in there. I think that it would go right here, right at the top of A tier. We have Excite Bike Arena. Oh yeah, and maybe I should have mentioned, we're now into the original DLC courses for Mario Kart 8 with Yoshi Circuit. Now Excite Bike Arena. which, of the crossover courses, Excite Bike Arena is probably my favorite. Like I said, I love simplicity. It does have a unique gimmick in that all of the ramps change places each time you play the course, so it's very, like, you're not necessarily going to be playing the same exact course 2 times in a row, and yet it doesn't feel too chaotic or different each time you play it. So I'll put it up in the S tier, I think right about here. And Dragon Driftway is another fantastic course, and a lot of this is just going to be me saying it's fantastic courses. We're already a little over halfway through, so yeah, it's just a lot of me saying this is a great course. I love this one. It's fantastic. But Dragon Driftway, again, is just another great one. It's just a winding, twisting, turning track like Yoshi Circuit, except now with anti-gravity and a few more shortcuts and little grassy areas you can use your mushrooms over. I think it's fun. Top of A tier. Mute City is another course that to me never really clicked. It could be that Captain Falcon isn't in the game. It could be that they maybe, instead of trying to make a Mario Kart track based on Mute City, they tried to make Mario Kart feel like F-Zero, which doesn't really click for me. It's cool that it's here, but I'd say it's probably going to be a D tier course. I'd put it above these 4, but yeah, it's just kind of there. Wario's Gold Mine is, I think it's a good course. I like that you don't spin out when you hit the mine carts anymore. That was really annoying in Mario Kart Wii. So that's a positive. Other than that, it just feels kind of like a simple Wario course, if you get what I mean. And I'll put it right here. It just doesn't feel enough of a standout course to justify putting it any higher than B tier. Then we've got SNES Rainbow Road, my third favorite Rainbow Road in the series. I'll put it in the A tier. I think right around here, around Moomoo Meadows, because it is a simple course. There's nothing particularly stand out about it, but I have this connection to it. I really love it. I've been playing it for over 10 years now, since Mario Kart 7, and I really enjoy it. And then we have Ice Outpost, the second course joining the top 5. And actually, you know what? We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this shakes out, because I have a general idea of which courses are in my top 5. When I start ranking them against each other, that might shift. So we'll see, because I don't really know if all of the top 5 courses come from DLC. We'll see. But Ice Outpost, to me, I've seen some disdain towards it, but I love the branching paths, even though they're not too different, they're not too varied. I like the idea of the branching paths. I love the music. I love the shortcuts. I love being able to pull them off, because it's very rare that I actually race against someone who is able to pull them off. Yeah, Ice Outpost is up there for me. It's been my second favorite course behind Mount Wario ever since the DLC first launched for the original Mario Kart 8. Hyrule Circuit is a course that I've actually was up here, but like Sweet Sweet Canyon, I just kind of soured on it. Not too much. I'd still say it's top of B tier. It's just, ever since the discussions of Nintendo Kart started coming around, to me, I've just kind of, soured on the idea. Just because, I don't know. I always just have the unpopular opinion of keep Smash Bros. To Nintendo characters. Keep Mario Kart to Mario characters. Because then, it felt special to have Link and the Villager and Isabelle in the game. But now when you're talking about half of the roster being non-Mario characters, it doesn't feel special anymore. And then, for Smash Bros., when I got into it, it was Smash 4, and having Sonic and Mega Man and Pac-Man there, they felt special. But then we have so many more third parties now that it just doesn't feel special. And I'm getting really off track, so I'm just going to move on to Baby Park, which is really too chaotic for my liking, so I'm going to put it right here. And now, actually, this works out to where I have... This would be, in my opinion, if these 4 courses were to return, that would be my least favorite cup in Mario Kart history. So, there you go. Right there. If anybody wants to make my nightmare come true and mod the game to where these 4 are in a cup together, feel free. And then we've got Gba Cheese Land. I said I was going to come back to the idea of desert courses, and this is, for all intents and purposes, just a generic desert course. However, it does have the uniqueness of everything being made out of cheese, and there are little shelters or teepees or something made in the background that have pepperoni pizzas as roofs. I love that little detail. To me, this and Dry Ruins and Yoshi Desert are the desert courses that I like, because for one reason or another, they actually feel unique. I wouldn't say it's a fantastic course, but I do think it's good, and I do think I'll put it right in the middle of B tier. Then we've got Wild Woods, which is another fantastic course. I think that right now it's between these two are fighting for a spot in my top 5. I already know for a fact one of the other courses that's going to be in my top 5, so really there are 2 spots that are up for grabs. These 2 are going to be in contention, and I'll make that decision like spur of the moment when I get there. But now, Animal Crossing is one that, unlike Hyrule Circuit, I actually am a bit higher on it than I was when it first released. Not as high as I would have been on it had Nintendo Kart, the idea of Nintendo Kart, not like jumped up in popularity, because there was a point it was here. Now, I'd say, before Nintendo Kart was a popular idea, it would have been maybe somewhere around here. Now, I think it's going to be right around here with Cheap Cheap Beach and Dolphin Shoals. Bottom of V tier. It's a nice, simple course. It just doesn't really fit with the Mario Kart thing. And it fits better than something like a Hyrule Circuit or a Mute City, but not exactly one-to-one with Mario, just maybe a bit more fitting. Then we've got Neo Bowser City, and this one is just, to me, it's a very skillful course. It's got a simple layout at first glance, but then you have to deal with the rain, so it really tests your mettle, especially at something like a 200cc. So I just for that reason, I have to put it somewhere like here. Ironically, right next to the simple courses in Rainbow Road and Moomoo Meadows. Ribbon Road is my least favorite GBA course in the game right now. I don't know which other ones for certain will be added in. I have my suspicions. You can go check out my videos on Mario Kart and see what I think. But Ribbon Road right now, at least, is my least favorite GBA course in the game. It's completely changed from its original appearance. But, I mean, it just doesn't get the job done for me. It feels like Rainbow Road in a kid's bedroom, which I don't know if that's what they were going for or not. To me, it doesn't click for whatever reason. It just feels kind of boring, a bit uninspired, despite the unique backdrop. I'll put it right here. Actually, could I justify... I think I could justify C tier because I do think it's at least somewhat fun to race on. So yeah, I'll put it right there. Then we've got Super Bell Subway, another S tier course. I love it. Goes right there. I don't think it's in contention for top 5, though. We'll just have to see. Big Blue, like with Mute City, just doesn't feel like it really clicks with Mario Kart. But I do think it's more interesting than Mute City. So I'm going to put it all the way at the top of C tier. And now we are at the current DLC courses, the first round of the Booster Course Pass. And overall, it's really solid. And if I really want to get into it right now, the one I would say is lowest right now is probably Shroom Ridge. I'd probably put it around Toad's Turnpike, just because it kind of feels the same to me. Yeah. And then I guess I'll just go up from here. Toad Circuit is probably C tier for me. I do enjoy the simple courses, and I don't really care that much about visuals. But for me, the thing that does ruin Toad Circuit are the visuals, where, to me, Toad Circuit and Shroom Ridge just feel like the least detailed courses. The other ones do really well, in my opinion, in actually feeling like they fit visually alongside Mario Kart 8. It's just those two. And Shroom Ridge, I will admit, does it a bit better than Toad Circuit, but Toad Circuit, to me, is the better race. So I'd put the better race over the one that... I'd put the better race over the better visuals, essentially. But they both, to me, feel the weakest visually. Next up, in the B tier, I think I would have two of them. I would put... Or, actually, no. You know what? I do think Ninja Hideaway, it is a really unique course, but it's really unique. I like that it's got a level of verticality to it. To me, it just doesn't really stand out that much as a great course. I think it's good. I will give you that. It's a good course, but it just, to me, it doesn't feel like... And you know what? Since it's a good course, I'm going to put Toad Circuit right there. Music Park, I like it. It's just sometimes feels a bit off. But Ninja Hideaway, to me, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it's an excellent course. I know a lot of people have said it's the best course in the DLC, or it's one of the best courses, like one of the best new courses. But it just, to me, doesn't feel like it. Because I feel like they want you to do a lot of tricks, but it's, to me, feels like easy to miss a trick in that sequence towards the end of the race. It feels easy to accidentally hit those Shy Guys that are flying on the kites. And it just, I don't know, for me, it doesn't do it. It doesn't do anything, really. So I think it's a fine course, just not great. Now, I would put Sky Garden in B tier, because it feels like, again, another good GBA course. I think I would put it right around Cheese Land. Actually, maybe closer to Mario Circuit, because these two, the charm of just being a short, simple course, that it looks visually really good. I think these two are sort of that top B tier, like what I'm looking for in a simple Mario Kart course. Something that stands out visually and isn't going to take too long to get finished. It's just, you know, a fun course. And I think Paris Promenade is B tier as well. I think I would put it high B tier as well. It has that idea of changing up the laps, which I like that. It's some content preservation, which I've discussed a little bit. I originally intended in my prediction videos to discuss it a lot more, but really, I mean, the fact of the matter is, any mobile game could be shuttered at any time. And with that, regardless of whether the game was good or not, you lose out on that content forever. And I do think that... I don't think we're going to get every course that's in Mario Kart Tour. I think there are going to be some that are left out. But I do think they should try to bring over as many of them as possible, whether it's the Tour Originals or the Remix courses. I think that we should have a lot of them, just so that when the game does shutter, because I don't think it's a matter of if, I think it's a matter of when. As with every mobile game, I think that every mobile game will be shuttered at some point in the future. It's just a matter of preserving as much of that content as possible for people in the future to be able to go, this is what the mobile game was about, and regardless of the gameplay, it did have some good elements. And I think that Paris Promenade, even Ninja Hideaway, they are good examples of that. Coconut Mall, easy, top of A tier. I wouldn't say it's one of the best courses in the game, but it is really fun. It brings a lot of the charm from the Wii version in. There are definitely some downgrades. I think that visually changing the escalators, I mean, it does take away some of the feel, but it is, I think, a change for the better. But it's still a really solid course, and I still really love it. I have fun racing on it. That leaves us with 2. Choco Mountain is going to be another course that's in contention for that top 3 spot. It just, to me, feels really good. It's a fantastic course, in my opinion. And I think that upgrading the tunnel visually was a great design choice, because now the course feels like it has a lot more character as opposed to just a bland tunnel. You actually get to see something in the tunnel. It's just, for me, really good. And Tokyo Blur is the 3rd guaranteed spot in my top 3. I've seen some discussion about how it's the most bland course in the DLC, maybe the worst course in the DLC. But I really enjoy it. Sure, it's a wider course than most of the other ones in the game. It feels a lot more open, but it changes on every single lap. Each lap is going to be a different feel, at least partially. I think that visually, to me, of the tour courses, it's the one that stands out the most. It has a lot of stuff that really, like, to me, it's one of my favorite courses in the game. And I did not expect to be saying that about a course from Mario Kart Tour. But when I played the DLC for the first time, when I listened to the music, when I watched footage of it, I saw it, I was like, that really is, in my opinion, one of the best courses I've ever played. And I get that'll probably be an unpopular opinion, but that's just how I feel about things. Then, now we've got 3 courses that are really in contention for that top 5 spot. And if I had to think about it, if I really have to think about it, all of them are a great argument. Sunshine Airport has some of that simplicity that I love. Wild Woods is just visually a great course, and Choco Mountain is kind of an in-between. If I had to think about it, though, I think what it comes down to is that Sunshine Airport feels to me like a great Mario Kart course, like an all-time great course, and Choco Mountain does as well. Wild Woods is visually fantastic. As a course, though, I don't think it works as well as those 2. And I think arguably Choco Mountain goes above Sunshine Airport. So, I think that in terms of the courses themselves, in terms of... this is... And again, it's just my opinion. So, if you have a different one, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear other people's thoughts on the courses of Mario Kart 8. This is, in my opinion, the ranking of Mario Kart 8 courses as of now. Like I said, I will come back to this topic. I'll do another stream when the courses are finished. Once we have all 96 of them, I'll do the ultimate Mario Kart 8 course ranking. But for now, these are my thoughts. And thank you all for watching. I know it was a short stream. I wanted to do some streaming today. This was just a simple topic, something easy to set up. So, and it's one I've been wanting to do for a while. I've got videos about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet coming up soon, so please be on the lookout for those. I'll be streaming over the course of the next couple weeks. I will, of course, be doing a Nintendo Switch Sports stream this Friday, so keep an eye out on that. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel so that you will see when those streams are live and when those Scarlet and Violet videos are out.